Hi, and welcome back to On the Bucket. Today I just want to talk to you about the difference between keeping snakes and breeding snakes.
Hi! 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 Hi!
Welcome to our channel!
Hello.
If you enjoy learning about reptiles and having a good laugh, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button.
Hurt.
Smash it!
Buzz.
Smash it!
Buzz.
Smash it right now! And don't forget to hit that notification bell.
Hit. Buzz. Buzz.
Smash it!
Buzz.
Okay.
Buzz.
Because I think that lots of people start off as keeping them and then get into breeding them. Sometimes people think, I just want to breed snakes to make money. And those people, I think, should never really be breeding snakes. Just to put things into perspective, I've spent, my collection and all the tools and everything, food, whatever, I've spent around $50,000 on my collection. And that's over 7 years. I've made probably around $10,000. So, you see, it's not going to make you a lot of money, especially not in short term. And it's not about the money. And it shouldn't be about the money. There's a lot of better ways and faster ways to make money without involving a pile of animals. So, we're getting so serious. Basically, originally, I just wanted a pet. I wanted a pet tortoise, ended up with a pet snake, and learned about them, became so fascinated with them, and then got more and more and more. And it's very easy for you to go from being somebody that has a reptile as a pet, a really cool pet, into a reptile collector. And it's actually really hard not to collect, because it's just you get fascinated by different things. It's an addiction. Like anybody that has a pet reptile usually ends up getting 5 more, and it's really hard because it can be very addictive. And as long as you're taking really good care of your pets, that can be okay. But you have to really ask yourself, do you want them to stay your pets? And if you want them to stay your pets, then you should keep your numbers a little bit lower, because if they're lower, you're going to be able to spend more time with each one and give each one more attention and probably take better care of them. When you start having more, there's a certain point where it can go from being something fun that's a hobby into being something that's a job. I feel that once it feels like more work and you feel that you need to sell animals, that's when it, and I'm not saying selling animals, I'm saying you feel like you need to, I have to, oh my goodness, I have all these animals and I have to sell them. What am I going to do if I don't sell them? That's when it kind of becomes a problem. So to save yourself from that problem, either don't breed, or if you do breed very slowly, breed very controlled. Breed with realistic expectations. So don't think, I'm just going to breed as many as I can because that's how I'm going to make the most money. Because if you don't sell anything, you're not going to make any money, and you're going to actually be spending a lot more money because you got to take care of all these animals. So what I would suggest is, if you don't have to breed, don't. And that could seem hypocritical. To me, one of the greatest joys of keeping these snakes is breeding them, because lots of them I've grown specifically to breed. I've bought them as babies, I've raised them for 4 years, and then I bred them, and I've seen the babies, and I get to pick out the prettiest one and keep it for myself, and that's the greatest joy of keeping these snakes for me. But think of what I had to do to get there. I had to raise a baby for 4 years. So if you're just thinking of quick money, you're probably not thinking about how long it takes to get there. And there's no guarantees. Like, you don't know if the pairings you have planned are going to work out. So if you are getting into breeding, think about that. Think about what you want to produce and focus on something. Specialize in something. Don't just go and get the most popular thing thinking that later on you're going to make them and sell them like crazy, because by the time they breed, they might not be popular anymore, or their value may have dropped a ton. On the other hand, if you focus on something you really enjoy, you pick a morph, you pick a locale, and you focus on that, and that becomes your specialty, then in the long run, to me, that will pay off a lot more. Because first of all, if you're working with pure locales, you're going to have something that most likely will keep its value and maybe go up. If you get into the morph craze, they have higher values right off the bat, but then as time goes by, these values drop. So to me, I never thought of it like that, really, like with money. I just thought about, I want to take the most pretty animals and put them together. But if these pretty animals do not have the right genetics, then you end up with nothing. You end up with like double hets, or you end up with pures that now have had their bloodlines like destroyed because they've been mixed into other things. So it takes a while to understand and learn all that. So you want to learn about the difference between morphs and localities. And you have to figure out what it is. Do you like the look of these animals as they come from the wild? Do you like the way they look with all the colors? And then if you like all the morphs, what is the morph that's your favorite? What is the one that you want to work on? What is the one that you want to be known for? You want to have the cleanest albinos? Do you want to have the orangest sunglows? Do you want to have the tamest snakes? Do you like, what is going to be your specialty? What are you going to focus on? And really specialize. Because in this world, everything is so mediocre. Like, music is mediocre. Most acting is mediocre. It's just like everything we look at, we have all this mediocrity. And now there's so many breeders that everyone's just breeding everything, and there's not a lot of people really specializing. There's not a lot of people really focusing on one thing. So if there's one thing that I could give to you, it's just focus on one thing. I'm guilty of being a collector. I went from having pets and turning those pets into a collection. And now I'm trying to kind of downsize that. I want to slowly have that smaller so that they become more like my pets, that I spend more time with them, that I take them all outside more. And I try to do that, especially with all my big snakes. I like them to go outside, and I count the days I feed them to the days they poop, so I can take them outside and they can have a poop outside. And when that happens, it makes me really happy. So, yeah, if you are going to get into breeding, really think about specializing. Don't just get this, and this. Take your time, you know, pace yourself. Otherwise, you end up with too many. And like for me, I have a lot. I don't feel that I have too many, but I have more than I really need. And I want to get to the point where I have only snakes that I feel are like the best, my favorites. I want to kind of have a collection where every snake is my favorite, instead of, oh, I have some of these, I have some of those. And I do have some that are pets. I have quite a few that are pets that I don't breed because I haven't found the right mate for them. Like, I have a pure Hog Island male, and originally I bought him with an albino thinking I'd make these beautiful Hog Island albinos, but I didn't understand the way genetics work, and that's not how it works. So the only way I'd breed that Hog Island male is if I found a perfect Hog Island female. But I haven't really found that yet, so I just have him as a pet. I also have a Bolivian boa that is just my pet because I haven't found the right Bolivian female, and if I don't, I'm not going to breed them. And then I think to myself, do I really want to be breeding Hog Islands and Bolivians? Maybe I just want to focus on these bigger projects like some IMG stuff. And if you are doing 100 things at once, how are you going to succeed? How are you going to do it really well? So I'd say focus on one thing, work on that, and then work your way up. The first year that I bred 1 pair. Then the next year 3 pairs. Then the next year 5 pairs. This year I put together 14 pairs. So it's a huge jump, but I've taken that time to learn how to do things. So please just learn how to do things and do it slowly, and then you will succeed.
Yeah, that was wonderful, wasn't it? Now make sure you
Circle.
click the circle.
Yeah, I did.
And then watch this video or this one.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yes. It's not that hard. Which one appeals to you more? Is it this one or is it this one?